Hey, and welcome to Friday Night Smite, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Freight Train X, and as always, I'm going to be co-casting this wonderful event with Souza. What's going on today, buddy?
Not too much, not too much. Great evening so far, though, and it's about to get a lot better with Friday Night Smite. Is Inverse Esports facing down against risky behavior, actually, and with ISIS off the bat already, this should be a good one.
Yeah, we did miss the first couple of bans right there, as we were just waiting in spectator client, so apologize about that. Hell and Giannis going to be banned out for Inverse. On the other side, looks like Sun Wukong Circuit. Going to get the old you can't be played nonsense here on this side of town, so waiting for the second pick by Pomp, and like Hui being hovered over along with Geb as the...
Yeah, Hui kind of come off really, really strong after some very recent, well, not buffs to him, really. He's coming to a lot of them. The bounces really be very powerful. People are working it quite well off of these walls here, and oh no, he's a very, very amazing ADC as it currently stands. So unfortunately, Thor going to be locked in instead. So Pomponius rocking that jungle and support lock-in for his team right there. Is Geb always the denial for his team as well.
Yeah, definitely. Thor's still going to be a good poke right there. You know, good character to play with. You got plenty of poke options. Hui might still be a later option. Right now, Inverse has the next two picks on their side, with Isis being selected as their mid laner. Freya looking at 80, possibly. Oh, main with the selection. We got Geb off the board, honestly, over here. They can go anywhere, and Lona's probably going to end up going to their solo lane.
Yeah, blowing through the solo lane, although it does work as that flex pick for the jungler. So far, you haven't made any crazy predictions yet, so
I haven't done it yet.
Where do you think they're going to go for here? And can you go 3-0 again?
I don't know if I can do that again right here as the pick comes in. This might be their mid laner. You probably maybe see a Poseidon aspect, or Poseidon versus Isis isn't that necessarily great, but Poseidon can still really do well versus the... But Bellona and Freya can get out of it, so you know what? Scratch that. I don't like the... Change my mind. I don't know what's going on.
I would have maybe an Agni. Yeah, Agni, since Giannis is off the table currently, is I think that's going to be the mid lane to go to here. And there we go. They're hovering over the Agni. He brings the poke. He brings tons of AoE damage whenever he wants to burst somebody down. Honestly, I think if you can't get a Poseidon, Agni is going to be your go-to god if Isis is off the table as well.
I mean, Poseidon, you just have to hit the Krakens and have to be on point. Agni just brings flexibility with the fact that he has 3 bombs and kind of cast them anywhere in the burst damage. Extremely good for securing objectives. The next ban of phase coming in, Wubbin with the selection. This might be a support ban. Maybe you'll see the Sylvanas or the Khepri ban. Yeah, there's this. Figured it might go toward a support.
I'm expecting, I'm expecting Khepri to make it through because, Khepri hasn't been locked in, hasn't been banned out, and of course, Risky Behavior have selected Geb already, so I'm expecting a Khepri to actually come from Inverse Esports right here, as he's one of the next top-notch supports. Athena, also a very likely possibility for them if they want to set up into another AoE comp, so Ho Yi taken off the table for Risky Behavior. Still, in the current ADC meta, you have options at this point. You can respond with
famous Hayden Apollo. Yeah, it's famous Hayden.
Of course, famous
Apollo.
Sorry.
Yeah, it's famous Hayden. He plays Apollo. Like, I don't understand why that wasn't considered, but Hui was hovered over, so maybe that was just a play ban. Maybe it was just the, hey, I'm going to hover over this character, and we'll throw your ban on there. As there's the Khepri, that possibly. Nemesis also being hovered over. Nemesis making a return. Cyclone playing her in the solo lane a lot, and maybe we won't see Nemesis.
Yeah, they want a bit more of that early pressure ring the table, especially since they have a Freya. They're going to be Inverse Esports are going to be relying on the fact that Freya will scale up later on in this game, so kind of need somebody to help carry him up to that point. And Awilix, she's a go-to god if you want somebody to carry your early game incredibly hard, as I think we've all been on the receiving end of a Suku to the back, right into an ultimate, as Sobek actually changed away from Khepri right there. That's going to be a support Sobek.
Yeah, definitely going to be support Sobek. They're looking for some sort of synergy with the Awilix, with pluck combination, the ability to pull back further. I mean, if you get a Sobek pluck, one, it pulls you almost all the way to your teammates, and then the Wheelix combination, you can go literally from the front of the lane to the back of the lane in a matter of seconds. Really easily able to take out one character of the fight, specifically if they want to go ahead and target the Agni that has no dash, or even the Apollo or something. Enotronics is going to lock in Guan. Should be going to the solo lane right there, so they'll do some character swaps. On paper, this I don't know. This could be a fight. I don't know.
This is going to be pretty easy. They're both running like team fight focused comps here. I mean, Apollo can split push, yeah, but at the end of the day, both these teams really are going to want to fight each other to end this.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough match right here. We got about 20 seconds until we get into the spectator delay, guys. So you give us a few minutes here, and we'll be right back with you with our first round 2 game of the evening for Friday Night Smite. Inverse Esports versus Risk Behavior, starting at about 170. Hey guys, and welcome back again. It's Freight Train and Soza bringing you the first game, Inverse Esports versus Risky Behavior. I'll introduce the boys in blue, and I'll start it off with Mango de Bay, going to be playing Bologna solo lane. Dino Sure is going to be on that Awelix in the jungle. Then we've got CV Isis mid. O-Main going to be supporting on that Sobek. And Medieval going to be playing the Freya ADC as Mango de Bay is over there by the Fire Giant, lighting up some friendly fireworks.
Friendly fireworks indeed is now Risky Behavior squaring off as well with Wubbin playing that support. Geb Pomponius bringing it to the solo lane now as, well, Guan Yu, Skilodon in the jungle as Thor, Famous 8, of course, playing Apollo and Xenotronics, no other than the Agni in the mid.
Yeah, Xeno playing mid right now, and we were talking about earlier because it took me a second to realize that Pomp was playing solo lane. Normally we see Pomp in the mid lane, specifically Xeno going to be taking that role, and Xeno, who normally played ADC, is going to be, in a sense, Famous will take that, who always plays ADC. So some interesting known players that we know the names of that could definitely play the game. Hopefully these new roles obviously for them.
I mean, if you want to get to the top, like the Masters, I mean, Pomponius, he's top 10 still, I believe. You have to be able to play the game effectively in just about every role, so no surprise there. Xenotronics, same thing. And Famous 8, we've always known him as one of those superstar ADCs sometimes, especially when it comes to playing that Apollo. So, all in all, this is a really, really solid all-star team, I'd say, of at least top-tier Challenger players. So, I think we're definitely going to put up against a good fight against Inverse, who are currently seeded #1 in the Challengers Cup, I believe.
Yeah, I believe they are. So I mean, it should be a good matchup here for Risky Behavior if they can get a win on brackets. As CV is going to move to these right-hand Harpies, but take a little bit of poke. Spearball's come out. Wingut's going to do a lot of damage on Skeleton. Circuit Barrage, he'll take about half his health, but Poke War goes to the boys in blue in that side, and right-hand Harpy should. Oh, they're electing not to take right-hand and fight left.
Yeah, they're just going to pressure these here. The Sunball hitting two right there. Skeleton in so much trouble as Xeno dashes on behind. That'll be a cat connecting in CV, picking up the first blood as Risky Behavior. Oh, they took a risk and it didn't quite work there. CV with a lot of pinpoint actually coming out here today.
That double Spirit Ball was on point, and then just the pressure to say, hey, let's not go rights, let's just go lefts there. They want to get lefts and we can kill them. And that double Spirit Ball Wingus combination just at level 2 is so devastating. I mean, Spirit Ball chunks and Wingus just hits just as hard. So first blood being picked up by the Isis right there.
I mean, you have to pay so much into the Isis in the early game, especially once he gets that level 2 spike. Getting that Spirit Ball online, you have to play so afraid. If you get caught by one of those, you're guaranteed to take a shot or two, most likely, of a Wingus. And there we go, Spirit Ball actually going to fall between the two, and field goal from CV right there. Xenotronic's going to be fine and dandy for now, but this is going to be Inverse Esports securing both side mid camps here, and a Risky Behavior trying to get what they can, but they're going to lose a back camp on the right, no questions asked.
Yeah, they're definitely going to lose these. And then over here on the right-hand side, looking at the solo lane, Pomp was a little bit forced in the lane. And Mango de Bay looking to bring the fight to Pomp as avoiding Talu Assault, going behind him, just going straight for the Guan, not even looking to go for the minions right there. And using that bludgeon to go ahead and clear the wave with that cleave effect is so good. And Mango getting a little bit of the best, as I was talking about that. In the mid lane, CV ends up getting another kill on Xeno. I didn't see what happened. Yeah, did you see what happened?
Absolute monster. No, I missed it, but I'm assuming it went about the same way it goes when Isis hits at level 5. Finds a stun. Ultimate still up, actually, but simple stun into an Awelix knockup, right into just a simple wing gust. And well, with the health bars you have at low levels, you're going to be absolutely decimated at best by that combo, especially when it's going to be both the jungler and the mid laner. So honestly, I want to say it's surprising to happen again, but no surprise with just the money and experience he has in his pocket, and it's mostly that experience that's helping him just get so far ahead of his opponent right now.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at the dual lane. Mid lane's ahead right now, and we just saw for a second there was a little bit of action. Mid and O-Main actually have the pressure as the Freya Sobek, which is, I mean, I guess the clear for Apollo, and really, I gotta stop this. Every time I go to one lane, someone else dies at another lane. Mango de Bay.
I did see that one, unfortunately. Mango de Bay went for the dive, scourged up around Pomponius, and a quick slam jam later. Mango de Bay just tore Pomponius apart. So, Mango stepping up his game right here and going for the throat already.
I know, it's really tough right there. As I mean, I need you to be able to camera as well and then stream it. I mean, man, this is killing me right now. Yeah,
awesome. Double
stream capabilities of 2 camera people seeing what they both see, because I was not in the right lane at the right time there. As again, more mid pressure right here. Inverse Esports up 3-0, and a quick look at the graphs, as they like to say. 1,700 gold lead gonna be in favor of Inverse and experience, and they're also gonna lose the purple buff on left.
Yeah, Wubbin has no ultimate here as he blew it, trying to secure an escape for himself from Inverse's duel. And there's Omain and Medieval looking to square off once again. Skeledon going up in the air as the pluck comes through. Sinisher gonna find the dunk here as Skeledon comes on, crashing down. Medieval goes skyward with the Valkyrie's discretion here. They were right in the middle of circle protection as Omain secures the kill onto Wubbin. Skeledon on the run, so is Xenotronics, but one quick wind gust soon enough. He's about to have
Airball?
AoE auto. He's got it. He finds Skeledon over the top, looking for one more. We're trying to find a pluck from Omain. Wind gust coming through. The move speed will just push him away as finally we will see a noxious fumes stun come out from Xenotronics there. A quick escape, but Inverse already got everything they wanted and more.
Yeah, they definitely got everything they wanted right there. Spear Ball again by CV was on point. The man is 3-0 right now. He's just feeling himself on this ISIS at this moment in time. I mean, beware if you're going to fight this team in the next couple of rounds. If they happen to make it past it, might not want to let this ISIS go through.
I mean, there's a very, very good reason that Inverse is playing so well in the Challengers Cup right now. They are not a team to be trifled with, and even though Risky Behavior, they've got some big names. They've got some obviously incredibly good players. Well, they are still a fairly new roster, as I do believe, since some of the players were from the former Resist, who broke up very, very recently, as I recall correctly. So, still going to take the time to fully gel as a roster, I'd say here.
Well, it looks like the mid lane and support are going to back here. Wheelik's getting her speed buck. Freya's going to take the backhand Harpies for free. She's level 7 right now. And then looking over, Wheelix is looking to gank possibly the right-hand side. Maybe as Thor was... man, Thor was the only one defending. Just Wheelik's taking a look at the buffs, seeing if there was anything up and around that she could feel really happening at this. So after a 5-0, after a 5-0, killing spree and now again a 2K gold lead, really just got to slow things down, and Evil just having to play a little bit back. There's 2 in this lane, so
safety first here. You don't want to give up whatever lead you have as risky behavior. They're good enough players to take advantage of mistakes like that one. So Medieval just going to play the safe route here, wait for Omain to show back up, and wait for Wubbin to rotate, which he will have to, as we've got some major objectives coming up, such as the mid camps respawning in the next moment or so, and Xenotronics in the mid lane, who definitely does need a little bit of help getting himself going, versus CV here, who CV with 3 kills on ISIS is going to just skip right past that weaker point that ISIS has.
I mean, you got to still look at it. Agni now hit level 5. He's going to have some bombs online. He should be okay to clear the wave, but it looks like Sinosure will miss the knock-up on the 3. Eagles Rally going to come out and connect. Bludgeon's going to be there. Spear Bow would have been there if Sinosure didn't clean it up. Either way, that Pomponius was cleared out, but on the left-hand side, the gank is good for Medieval as Skeledon ended up taking that kill. Main forced into his ultimate and lurking in the waters, and he's going to go back under tower. So one gank on the right-hand side leads to a gank on the left-hand side. So at the end of the day, it's a 1-for-1, but is the Freya that they lost versus their solo lane Guan Yu.
It's the Freya here, but it's just going to be a Bellona getting bigger and bigger, and that is not what you want to see here. But CV in trouble to dive on through from Famous Hate as Sinisher drops a Suku from both sides, one underneath him and one from the backside. He's going for a fight here. Feather cuts over Xeno right there. Will dodge and knock his fumes, but not dodge the Thorwall. Jumps away on Suku and barely escaping from a massive 4-man gank. Those are a lot of cooldowns blown, but not going to worry Risky for too much until Skeledon gets caught out right into a Spirit Ball, tossed away by the Tail Whip as Wingust not finding that last shot. Silence only stealing away protections from the minions right there. So unfortunately, minion 42 gonna be in trouble here. Is now Inverse grouping up in the mid lane. Mango not quite finding his target here, but it doesn't quite matter. They've got a tower to siege right here, and risky behavior has to play it safe, or Inverse might barrel on through. Instead, they look to the other objectives in the jungle.
Yeah, they're going to go ahead and take these left-hand Harpies. They'll split them 3 ways just to make sure that they can take away the experience from the boys in red right now. Gold Fury is really the biggest objective up. All the camps are down other than side as Mango Bay's already making sure that that goes down relatively. He'll take care of his own speed buff. But that was a party in mid lane for a little bit. That was a little gathering of 4 or 5 members just hanging out for a couple minutes.
I'm surprised it didn't end even more bloodily right there. It looked like Sinisher was dead to rights, but a quick jump later, plenty of quick thinking and not panicking, enabled him to get out of the situation without using up Suku for that jump. So he just held onto his beads, held onto his everything, and jumped out of that one, especially for the fact that he still has those beads active, didn't end up blowing them despite all the CC that was coming his way.
Yeah, way to really hold his own right there. He doesn't use abilities in sort of way that he doesn't need to. But again, now level 8 does have bombs available. I mean, at this point in time, you got to be a little bit careful. Again, just a party in the mid lane. There's 3 here for the boys in blue as the pluck comes through. This is going to be Wubbin in trouble. Cataclysm comes out. Circle protection to follow. There's Store dunking in right now. Lurking Water is going to not slow everyone down. And at this moment, they're just going to go ahead and take their losses. Risky behavior, able to pick up a kill. That's what they really needed to do right there.
Yeah, they're starting to strike back, and that's all they need to start looking for here. If they can start picking up kills around the map and maybe start translating them into objectives without giving anything up, they're going to be in a good spot here as they can scale up to a point that's just as strong as Inverse Esports later on in the game. Also, ISIS still going to hit that small downtime. Even though they're able to skip past it a little bit with items thanks to having 3 kills, that point is still going to come when he stops gaining all too much off of leveling up his abilities, as you gain quite a bit during these early mid game levels as ISIS, as your Spirit Ball starts to hit that level 5, your Wind Gust already level 5, but after that point, you gotta wait till you get all those items online to really do too much.
Yeah, nothing else you can do. But looking at the tower damage, I mean, look at this right hand tower. I mean, it's 90%. I mean, it's pretty much almost down as Mango de Bay has pretty much owned this lane versus Pom.
It's been a rough time for Pomponius over this lane. As Mango de Bay constantly in his face, fighting him whenever he can, not even worrying about clearing out this wave. He just goes straight for the harassment with the slam jam, almost constantly. And Pomponius, well, despite his healing he can do, gonna get just completely attacked every time he steps out to fight here. But it seems like the rest of Inverse want to fight. Sinisher lurking around the corner behind the walls. They're going to go straight for us. Pomponius slowed out here. Doesn't see what's coming before it's too late here. Will turn to face Sinisher. Dodging away from the cats, actually. Feather Step a bit too late for the root here. But Pomponius forced to blow the pony to walk away here. As Gold Fury started up by risky behavior here. It's not spotted out by Inverse Esports, but they will see somebody approaching it. And CV makes his way over. Spirit Ball is going to be good. As Suppression goes down. Wubbin caught inside of it. That's going to be huge. The turnaround. But risky behavior will still secure the Gold Fury. Now Inverse Esports has to be on the run here as Wubbin escapes with barely any life left, but Medieval going to turn Xenotronics into paste right there as he picks up a kill with the gunball. Famous Hate goes Skyborn, but he's not going to rejoin this fight as Skeledon jumps away. The Eagles rally not quite landing where it needs to, but Sinisher's still hunting him down. Feather Step over the wall for the kill as Inverse Esports pick up a kill or two, but Gold Fury has been handed over to risky behavior, and the gold lead is now much smaller. They're in it to win it still, and they're on the right path for it.
Yeah, right now that was a really amazing play right there. Able to get the Gold Fury. They saw the rotation on the right hand side. We're like, hey, there's 2 over here. Let's go ahead and get it going. And looking at the graphs now, a nice little spike downwards in the way of risky behavior. So nice little win for them. 1,500, 1,600 now is the gold lead, and about a 3,500 experience lead. And most of that experience is coming off of the, well, was coming off of the solo lane, as Mango did have about 2 level advantage, but that Gold Fury maybe not. Famous Hate's gonna roll in right there. He's gonna mez out Omain, and Omain finding himself in a little bit of trouble. Half HP. Xeno's gonna clean it up with the Flame Wave, and now Medieval's gonna be the one that's forced to get out of there. And well, again, risky behavior finding the picks that they need right now. They get themselves back into this game.
Yeah, they put themselves completely back on the board here. They're down by 4 kills, but pick after pick and Gold Fury after Gold Fury, they've got a way back in this one here as they roll up on this middle tier 1 tower, ready to start a small siege of their own, as Medieval still just walking back to the party. At the same time, Pomponius, he may be behind, but he's going to still scale up nicely as long as he keeps farming well in the solo lane. Even with his debts and even with the small advantage, well, larger advantage that Mango de Bay currently has, he can still very much get back into this and play the role he needs. With the fight in the mid lane will be here, though. Skeeling up in the air, crashes onto 2 as CV going to get dunked upon right there. Sinisher trying to find his way through, but risky behavior. They've got the full disengage here.
Yeah, they're good disengage. They didn't need to pressure anything more than they needed to right there, honestly. They've got themselves back into the game. Only 1,000 gold lead right now. I mean, slowly but surely, they're putting themselves back into this by finding the picks that they need. Omain is going to try to look for this pluck right here. He's going to find it on Wubbin. The pull's going to come through. But there's the Cataclysm in response. Featherstep's going to root out Wubbin, but not going to be enough. What a beautiful wall by Thor, and that's going to separate the team fight right there and save Wubbin right there. But Famous Hate not looking to disengage at all. They're looking to re-engage possibly with some Guan Yu heals, and this moment it's 5 in the middle for the boys in red and 5 in the middle for the boys in blue. So 13 minutes, we've got ourselves a little standoff again in the mid lane.
Yeah, these teams like to constantly challenge each other, like to find some way, find some kind of weakness here, and just challenge each other as often as they can, waiting for something to break. Risky behavior, taking a few risks to try to pull this one out again, as now Pomponius going to be engaged on, but he's out of mana. His tower is likely to fall here if he has to leave, which he does indeed have to go. Going to just give this one up most likely, as it's not worth too much of a risk here. Mango de Bay going to secure it and take down the first tier 1 tower of the game. So now Inverse Esports going to start their trail up again, as they're going to look to try to invade parts of the jungle, but risky behavior, securing all of their buffs before leaving it alone.
Yeah, nothing else going on over here, as again the wall comes out from the mid lane. Skeleton just trying to separate the 2 teams. More pressure they can put on. Left hand side, Medieval doing his thing, farming up versus Famous Hate. Looking at the Hunter battle, it looks like actually Famous has a little bit of a level advantage. Level 13 versus level 12. So a slight XP lead going in the way of Famous right there. And with the Gold Fury, obviously about a 400 gold.
And they've got so many more opportunities for more here. Is now Famous Hate starting to scale up on that Apollo here. Wheels are doing plenty of damage with his auto attack passive once he finds any shots here. He's actually going for a fight with Medieval, but Medieval actually lands a perfect banish once he comes down. But Wubbin in from the side. He's going to go Skyborn right as two ultimates land right next to him. Medieval going to be dodging both of those with that Valkyrie's discretion here. Famous Hate has to back away here. This is a 4-man rotation. Sinister blinks over trying to find Famous Hate, but Famous Hate is already gone. A quick dash on through from Omain. Doesn't quite find anything, but the tail whip does. Now Medieval has popped that steroid. Skeleton looks to rejoin the party. We've got a waiting Xenotronics as well. But the rotation just coming back on through for Inverse Esports. They're just going to leave this fight and waste too much more time. There are objectives to be taken, but they're going to go over to Xenotronics here as he snipes both of them with a quick meteor.
Yeah, he's able to get those down real fast with a little bit of Agni bombs. I mean, that's what they're used for. I mean, securing objectives right there, as Skeledon might be in a bad position right here. Spirit Ball connected, pretty much got him down to about a quarter HP, and fight in middle continues again. This just seems to be where everyone likes to hang out. They like to go to the sides, try to gank, and then meet up in mid and fight again.
I mean, mid's the place we get all rotations here. That was a huge catch on the Wubbin. He's going to get bursted down before he can respond. Now, Inverse Esports set up for quite a bit here, and I mean, with how much reach mid lane provides. I mean, if you take that tower, you've got a almost complete control over the jungle on either side. You've got control over both objectives here, and this is what Inverse Esports wants to leverage here. They got the kill. They put some pressure mid, and now they're going to try to fight over this Gold Fury here. Pomponius will be arriving, but they're not going to reset it quite yet. This could be that 50-50
Thor's in
that
the
you
air.
always worry about. He
Thor's
goes
in the air,
for
yeah.
Horse. Thor is airborne. Skeledon looking to land, as we will see Famous Hate come down as well. They don't go to the same person, as Finisher absolutely obliterated, but the Eagles rally is good. Pomponius is fighting in the middle of a steroid, but he's still surviving. He's still being the tank. He's Medieval. He's sniped. He's in so much trouble as the stun from the Noxious Fumes is good. A Skeledon teleport later. Medieval has to get away. He has no way other than a quick Valkyrie's discretion, and he's going to be forced to use the ultimate for a disengage here. And just like that, Inverse Esports, although they tried to make the play, they're going to have to give this up to risky behavior. As they take a risk, they take a fight, and they're going to win it straight up.
Yeah, they end up taking that Gold Fury. That's the second one they're going to take, and that's pretty much going to put this game in even. As Scourge is going to be used, Bludgeon is going to be cataclysmed out right there. There's a knockup. Does Xeno have any other bombs or stun to CC it out? There's the wall. There's the dash forward, and that is going to be Xenotronics. That's going to take away that kill as it uses the dash aggressively, throws down Noxus Fumes, stuns him out, and right then and there, again, that's another pick for risky behavior. Inverse Esports just, after taking, I believe it was the first 5 kills of this game, have dropped the next 6.
Yeah, they've dropped quite a few of them there. Is now risky behavior. They found kill after kill, and they started to hit this major team fight point here. And Inverse Esports, they made a few mistakes, and risky behavior took a great job taking advantage of them. They got picked out of position way too often, considering the fact that risky behavior have Wubbin on their side. He can shockwave them down. They've got Skeledon for the AoE dunk potential. They haven't been respecting the global pressure or semi-global pressure that Famous Hate and Skeledon can put out together. And those have been some of the big game changes for risky behavior so far.
Right now, it looks like they're just going to meet at this camp again, just waiting for it to spawn. I mean, there's so many times that they spawn out. Xenotron's going to get one bomb to connect. Beats forced out by CV. I don't know if they saw that or not. If they did, that's going to be huge for the next 90 seconds if they can get any sort of pressure on them. But right-hand Harpy's looking to get at least 3-way split from the boys in red. But at this point in time, they're not worried about the proper XP splitting. They just want to take everything they can away from Inverse.
Yeah, they don't want Inverse to have any resources on the map anymore, as that's the way you put people down and out here. Pomponius actually looking for the flank here, will go to the cavalry charge here, stuns out CV. CV targeted by Wubbin, Cataclysm comes down, he's bursted before he can detonate the circle protection here, as Famous Hate dives in as well, stunning out Sinister, mezzing him as well. A quick dunk, a quick Noxious Fumes will secure the double kill for Skeledon right there, as this is going to be anything risky behavior wants here. They've got a jungle to themselves, they've got a tower exposed, they can take everything here, and there's not too much Inverse Esports can do about it without giving things up. Mango de Bay getting a bit risky here, will scourge away the auto attacks here, but still going to lose this tower with no real consequence for risky behavior here. Risky behavior, they've stepped up and they're on a tear right now.
Oh, Wubbin gets plucked out, yeah. Yeah, Omain plucks him out of the rollout, and that was going to be a little bit of a dangerous situation, but Geb's so tanky, able to get himself out of it, shields him, he'll just get back on out of there. Speed buff going to get taken by the boys in red on this side of the jungle, so a little bit invade. You said they had all the jungle they wanted, and they wanted the speed buff, so they'll secure that, and now they're going to look to go ahead and get their own red and speed buff as well on the backside of things. So looking at the graphs again, we'll take a peek. This game has had a huge turn. If you look at the spikes, at that 9.5-minute mark, we really saw the big goal differential come out for Inverse Esports. But since then, it's been a 2,800 gold slide the other way and experience lead, which is pretty nasty right there. I mean, like, honestly, the Inverse has just been, they've been getting picked off too many times right now.
At this point, even Pomponius is now actually ahead of Mango de Bay here in both gold and experience here. He's about 100 gold ahead. Well, actually, he's about 100 gold ahead. He's a full level ahead of Mango de Bay right now. Pomponius has really recovered since he started moving into this team fight phase. He's been a major player in almost all the team fights that Risky Behavior has won recently. His cavalry charges have completely locked up the back line, and Inverse Esports have been almost unable to stop him from getting anything because they have to blow so much trying to find these engages here. And Risky Behavior, they have been punishing that incredibly well, especially Pomponius.
Oh, well, they've got a ticking time bomb in Freya. Medieval is the ticking time bomb in Freya that can at any point in time, has boots online, has demonic grip, has those, quote, 3 core items that we always like to say that Freya needs. Fatalis, boots, grip. This should allow the Freya to start doing a lot of damage. Here is not going to probably be purchased, at least on the Freya, with it happening on the Isis right there. So maybe a little bit more penetration coming out so she can do a little bit more damage. But Freya is that ticking time bomb, but right now Risky Behavior is doing what they can to slow down that time.
The problem is this time bomb will also be countered out by the fact that, Risky Behavior, although their time bomb isn't nearly as explosive, they've got one of their own in the form of Famous Hate on Apollo, who, just gets picked off right to start talking about that one by Medieval, so this can't have gone any better for Inverse Esports right there, other than maybe getting a full-blown deicide randomly for no reason, but that's not going to happen here, as there's only one Apollo over there, which is exactly what they need, but Famous Hate, he's still going to be a major problem, and bring out almost as much damage as Freya for an early portion of the game until Freya gets those big final items online, not just the core ones. So, realistically, they have to worry about Famous Hate pretty much constantly here as a fight.
Circle Protection was used really early right there on mid camps. That's going to be a huge ultimate down. Shield also popped out. Sio sure is going to be in trouble. Pomp going to secure that with Talu Soul. Thor's in the air. Is he going to dunk back down is the question. He is not going to hit anything. Medieval, there's that time bomb. 2 kills right now on Medieval. That's 3 in a row. That's a killing spree. And right now, Main's going to Cataclysm 4. What a beautiful Cataclysm. The Shockwave going to connect wall to separate the rest of the team fight right there, as that was the best thing that could have happened, is a disengage.
Yeah, and Medieval, this is absolutely the best thing that Inverse Esports could have hoped for here. Medieval now has 3 kills, picked up so many of them very recently. Actually only got 2 in that fight, considering the one against Famous Hate as well, but that's exactly what he needs here. He's got 2 extra kills on the board. He's getting a lot of extra gold. And
Famous is coming in, though.
Yeah, Famous Hate going for the fight. They're going to try to nuke him from above with that Voucher Discretion here, as now Mango de Bay stuck in the middle of nowhere. He's getting bombed out by the Rain of Fire, forced to Eagles rally away, but a huge pickup there.
Another Gold Fury. They're going to go straight for Gold Fury right here, yeah. Yeah, this is another Gold Fury. Xeno's going to start it up. He'll dash through, try to do as much damage as possible. Famous will take it up from here. He'll get to be on Xenotronics just to make sure it doesn't take any more damage. And at this point in time, I don't really know what a Wheelix could do to steal this.
Nothing really. I mean, this is going to be a pretty much guaranteed thing here. He's going to try anyways. Throws out the cat, but, well, Pomponius doing his zoning job here. Inverse Esports, they got a good thing going for them with Medieval, but Risky Behavior, they found a good fight, found some incredible picks, and they go straight for the objective after finding it.
Yeah, that's what good teams do. That's what good teams and good players should do. Get what you need to get. Go ahead and take an objective. What can we get out of this? We just got ahead. We just pushed it back a couple of times as we got a quick pause coming out by Pomponius. We'll probably talk through this one. I don't think it's going to be too bad, at least. I haven't been told that it was longer than a couple minutes. So we'll probably talk through this unless it occurs. But yeah, as you said, like they take things after what they did. They're like, hey, they're backing. They have no health. We could go ahead and get this free Gold Fury. There's no reason for us not to get a Gold Fury.
Yeah, I mean, there was no reason to go for it. They knew they forced all of Inverse Esports to back off in that fight. They got a pickup, so they're like, all right, they're going to be 1 down if they do try to engage us here. All in all, it was just a great call from Risky Behaviors. They instantly recognized that, okay, we can pull the trigger here, and there's no way Inverse Esports can realistically stop us. And even then, they had Pomponius ready to walk in there and engage just in case of anything. So he did a great job zoning. Oh, the one thing that's really set Risky Behavior apart is the fact that after they started winning their team fights, they've been constantly looking for major objectives after these fights. So every little lead they get, every tiny advantage that pops up, they end up going straight for something even bigger afterwards. And that's one of the main things you have to exploit if you want to be able to play against the best teams and the challengers, or even some of the better teams in the SPL.
Yeah, I mean, as we know that this is mostly challenger couple level teams, that Skeleton's going to go ahead and get the stun out, and he'll just hammer his way out here as the pause has no longer been engaged. So we'll go ahead and that's going to be one timeout used. Poison red. That's probably not a big deal. Again, they probably just had a quick little break they needed to take. But looks like Thor's going to back right here. Fire Giant is that next objective. That risky behavior, if they find inverse on a pick or two, that they're going to go after.
That's exactly what they need to keep doing here, is now they've actually modified another pick here, or a quick skirmish here as the firebomb's already coming down. Xeno picks up his kill of the fight as CV trying to run circle protection detonates, but Famous Hate finding the crits, going to do work as he takes down CV. Now Medieval channeling that steroid, going to be running out soon, so he's got to back off a tiny bit as Mango de Bay with a great scourge, but it's not going to be enough here as he's going to get turned on immediately by the entire squad of risky behavior here. They're diving on forward, looking for O main if possible, but they're doing a good job of just picking them apart and drawing them away as Inverse Esports trying to buy time here from risky behavior. They know they want to fight an objective here, and they're going straight for the Fire Giant, but Inverse Esports know what's happening. This could be a major trap, though. Pomponius waiting around the wings, but Inverse Esports, they've got almost no way into this one safely. Mango de Bay will still try to find his way in here, but the full turn should be coming through from risky behavior here.
Really low, though. He's got to be careful. Yeah, he just used his shield on Xenotronics right there.
Dangerous.
Cavalry charge is going to be used, but Valkyrie Discretion going to be in response. Nothing going to come out of that right there. They're going to try to collect on Famous Hate. Are they going to be able to kill? Oh, the whoop will miss from Medieval over the wall. Famous is trying to get out of here, but on the back end, Mango de Bay will end up cleaning up Wubbin, who was low HP the whole time, and then he's going to get cleaned up himself by Xenotronics again. Oh, Main still chasing Famous. Lurking in the waters might actually do enough damage. The shield, he didn't have it in time. Oh, he was able to get him.
Yeah, the heal was almost more than enough here, but now they're trapped in the middle of the worst position here, but they could still find Xeno. The Slam Jam coming through as Senisher actually finds his way over the top with a quick Suku leap. He's got the Feather Step. Damage is good for Inverse, and this Fire Giant just turned sour. As Skeleton gets plucked away by Omain once again, who's been doing an incredible job.
The silence.
Silence so we can't teleport.
Oh my gosh.
Picks up the deicide, and what could have been a huge play for risky behavior turns so sour, and now Inverse, they've got a free Fire Giant for sure.
They live and die by their name right there. A risky behavior made a call that was, at a time, seemed like, okay, this is going to be a little bit dangerous, but with Wubbin so low, I think that's really what ended up turning that fight south, is the fact that he had to use his shield on Xeno, and he took some decent poke from Fire Giant and wasn't able to do it. They teleport going to come in from what looks like Mango de Bay, and they'll just make sure that they secure it, but Wubbin might find himself out of luck again as he'll actually just back up. Mango getting the call to retreat. No reason to fight into Wubbin right now. They've got the Fire Giant. They've got what is the advantage at this point in time just based on that factor of Fire Giant buff. But when it comes to the gold lead, again, still looking at the graphs, even after that Fire Giant, it's still a 3K deficit.
Yeah, however, that Fire Giant stat is going to make up for more than enough with the gold that Inverse Esports is missing. This game just got a whole lot more interesting, as now Risky Behavior and Inverse Esports, for all intents and purposes, are essentially even at the 25-minute mark.
Yeah, this is one of those Fire Giants that's not probably going to be used super offensively. This is one of those, oh, I took it away from the offensive team, so now that we have a better defensive, so that we can continue farming. Because Medieval's level 19, almost level 20 right now, has his Poly online, or has his Pythags online. Anyways, but he has his Pythags online for some cooldown reduction. He's going to get some more life stealing. And the Frey is just going to start continuing to go off. I mean, he was chunking Wubbin early. Fire Giant.
He's gonna get those extra luxury items online, which the core items make Freya scary. Her luxury items make her a complete monstrosity. And that late game high DPS carry that we all know and well hate, honestly, is now another engagement come up here. The nice thing for this Fire Giant, though, it may not be that super offensive one, but it lets Inverse Esports grab these low-hanging fruit objectives here and just try to get back every little bit of gold they're missing here, and that's exactly what they're doing right now. They're trying to find these little easy objectives everywhere they can. They're looking for the Tier 1 towers. They've got them all. Now they're supposed to try to poke out this Tier 2 tower and just use their poke to force disengages from risky behavior here, so making every little inch of tower just a huge risk for them.
I like what Bologna's doing over here in the mid lane, making sure Thor is occupied so he can't kill. He can't come over and just dunk down and ruin. This way right here, they can split push the left-hand side, 4v4, keep out the Thor. Bologna can easily take this tower and handle out Thor. If Thor goes anywhere to the left-hand side, that might ultimate. She's going to call it out, and there's going to be disengage, and That's going to be a down ultimate. A Spirit Bolt is going to connect on Pop, but there's going to be a counter Cataclysm coming up. That's going to force out Circle of Protection, and CV's going to be in a little bit of trouble. Bomb's coming in. He's going to get bursted down. Xeno's credit for that one right there. Now Thalu Assault's going to do some damage. There's that Thor Dunk I was talking about. Counter Eagle Rally protections there. Skeleton's going to get the shield. Is he going to be able to get out of there? He does. Valkyrie's Discretion is going to be used to try to get some damage, but not going to connect. Now Cynosure is going to be in trouble. This is a successful defense right here by Risky Behavior at this point.
Yeah, Risky Behavior played that one so well. They knew what would win the fight, and a slightly botched engage from Inverse Esports turns into Risky Behavior completely turning that fight on its head and inverting everything that went right there for Inverse Esports. Is now Famous Hate. He's ready for more. He's quite hungry, it seems. Ready to dive onto Medieval. Medieval in trouble. Banished. Not even connected as the Mez comes through already. He's stunned out by the Noxious Fumes. Burned to death by Xenotronics there. Sinister, though, lurking in the back. Will toss out Suku, but it doesn't matter as Pomponius getting plucked away here. The body blocks are good, but not good enough as the thing is Pomponius is already gone. Sinister is still stuck doing a Skeleton. He's one tap, one swing away from a kill right there, as now Inverse Esports have to defend. I don't think they can, though. Sinister forced to run away. Mango de Bay buying all the time he can, but
Towards in the air, the right-hand side.
Double stun. Thor already back up. He crashes, he crushes, and he spins to win, picking up Mango de Bay as Famous Hate slaughters the last remaining Crocodile there for a quick purse. This is going to be plenty of gold being filed right into that purse he just made.
Yeah, that's tier 1 tower, tier 2 tower. That's 2,000 gold swing right then and there, honestly. And that's going to be huge. Phoenix is the next objective. Don't know if they want to push it, but they look like they might want to with the 2-man advantage. And this is a huge power play. This is still a 4v2 right now.
I mean, it's a 5v2.
Or 5v2, yeah.
Is teleported back into the party. This should be a guaranteed Phoenix here, as there's no safe way for them to stop this, but they can catch Risky Behavior overstaying their welcome. But no, they're all just going to dip out of dodge immediately right there, knowing this would be way too risky to risk even sticking around there. Risky Behavior, they make the smart play, they get the objective, they learn their lesson this time around. They're not going to overstay their welcome or take it too much of a risk.
But they will take this Gold Fury again, as Famous is on top of this again, just stripping away. I think they've gotten every Gold Fury this map, which is really what's kept them ahead. And that defensive Fire Giant was used offensively on a siege on the left-hand side that did not go well for Inverse Esports. And that's the tell of the tale right now, honestly, as this game has changed over. But this time, it looks like Thor might be in some trouble. He's going to beads out the pluck. Great use of it. Shield's going to help him out with some more health, and he'll TP out of there as Thor almost caught himself a little bit of a bad break, but able to use his beads, and Shield will help him out. But Xenotronic's going to get attempted to get plucked out. Looks like this might just be the distance.
Yeah, it should be the disengage here. The thing I have to praise though from that fight was Skeleton. He used his ultimate so aggressively there, even though there wasn't really much to be gained from that one. He got in there and he bought time for his team to do the Gold Fury safely. He knew that Inverse Esports would likely try to engage in them there, so he brought the fight to them immediately to try to draw them away from the major objective of this party. And I have to say that was a really, really risky play, but even if he died, it would have worked out for his team in the end as they walked away with all that extra global gold. So it was a calculated one as well, and a smart one.
Yeah, Fire Giant back up right now. Looks like the boys in red, Risky Behavior, trying to go ahead and make their way that way. Famous Hate is over here. He's level 20. Looks like everyone's level 20 on the side of Risky Behavior, other than the support. Kind of to be expected at the 30-minute mark. I always feel bad. You don't ever hit 20 to like 40 minutes. Sad.
It's a sad
Unless
day,
you're incon and you're killing, stealing. Well, kill securing from allied. Yeah, kill securing from allied. Then it's okay.
Every kill belongs to support, honestly, because, I mean, how else are you going to fight support or combat against the other support? That's the real question.
Always is right there, as this Fire Giant is going to get started up. The boys in blue do see this, though, and Wubbing going to be picked out. They're going to counter it out. Cataclysm only going to be down on one right there, and Main is erased.
He's going to be completely erased from Pomponius. He still wants more. An immediate bead from CV. It's not going to be enough, though. Famous Hate, he dives in. He gets the double with a quick crash. They're waiting for Xeno to get the kill there. Medieval, he'll tick down. There's no way they're going to fight one back as Inverse Esports. They're all going to fall. The surrender vote kicks off. Mango de Bay, the last man standing with the Titan, is completely exposed. There's minions trickling in. And just like that, Inverse Esports, they had the lead, but Risky Behavior, they take it back, and they strike back just as hard. Game 1 of this tournament going to Risky Behavior.
There is no better way I like than starting off a tournament with that type of game right there. Back and forth was a good lead for Inverse. Came back, Risky Behavior comes back, turns it even, flips it all the way around. All of a sudden, the second half of the game goes the complete other way, and back and forth team fights. Good objective control by Risky Behavior, able to sit there and secure everything but that one Fire Giant that might have almost cost them right there. But at the end of the day, they did get, the win, and that's really all that matters. So.
And I mean, they really all showcased why all 10 of these players are considered top-tier challenger level players for a very, very good reason. Most of the players on Risky Behavior have either been in low-tier SPL or very, very high-tier challengers teams, so I am really excited to see what else they can do here. As Inverse Esports, they are they're not a bunch of slackers here.
No,
So
no, they're definitely one of the
I want
best.
to see
Yeah,
a game. Yeah, I
yeah,
want to see these
definitely,
two play against each other again at some point. But unfortunately, Inverse Esports will be knocked out of the tournament for now. But we should have more games for you guys. So we'll be right back with more Friday Night Smite.
absolutely, guys, in a few minutes.